the state in Croatia, the startup state in Croatia, is getting much better than it used to be. I'd say the ecosystem is not yet at a point where I'd be super happy with it, but there's a lot of money coming in, and I think the successes of Infobip, Rimac, or Rimac, which is more precise, and other good startups like SofaScore or Aircash is making people believe that they can do things like that as well. And the money that's coming in is going to improve the ecosystem so much, and that's going to be a snowball effect. So I'm super happy with what's coming, and I'm super happy we're part of it as a startup.
Cool. Let me ask you a question. So you're the last year's winner, and since then you raised a really nice round of investment. How many investors did you contact, and how much did PODIM help you to raise this round?
All right. So we reached out to roughly 300 VC funds. We got invested in by 3. That's a 1% success rate. And among those, there was the 4th one, which is an investment bank, not a VC fund. They were friends, so they invested. But PODIM actually helped me close the 3rd VC fund, whom I met. I met actually the girl from Euroventures the night I won, but I forgot about her because I was drunk as hell. Then I met her tomorrow morning and spoke to her one-on-one. And I didn't remember her, which was super funny. But they, in the end, invested in us, and we raised $1.75 million.
That's a nice round.
Yeah. And so PODIM helped a lot. And I think the guys from the organization of PODIM used this to, they posted a lot of times to make startups believe, okay, if you come to PODIM, you can raise.
Yeah, cool.
But you also raised basically through PODIM, right?
Yeah, actually, I did it. Yeah, for me, it was also something like this. We raised on a party. I met a guy, so it's we were just having drinks. I met a friend, and I told him, bring me to your investors and let me pitch to them. It was 2 a.m. and they were like, okay. It seems like you have something, but let's talk in Zagreb, and this is how it all started. But yeah, actually, PODIM pretty much helped.
Always ready for the pitch, right?
Yeah. You always have to know your pitch, even drunk. You know, whenever you are searching for a job, you go to a job board, and every job board in the world looks the same. They all have the what and where input fields and the search button. We think this is the completely wrong way to hire juniors like this, since the juniors, especially Generation Z, they don't like to search, and they don't know what to put in the what field. So they hate to search. What they do, they like to scroll. So this is what we did. We did a scrollable app that actually personalizes your job feed, and all you have to do is just scroll to your personal job feed, and the right job will find you, not the other way around. So this is DING.jobs.
It's like Tinder system.
No, I don't like this idea of Tinder. I don't think it's effective for this area. But yeah.
What's your elevator pitch?
Yeah, what's your elevator?
All right, so we at Fullvio specialize at eliminating manual tasks. What does it mean for you, less employees, less struggles? AI agents won't take a break. They will be available 24/7, more effective, more accurate. We have 97% accuracy with our agent and multi-agentic workflows, and our main goal is make people love their jobs again. Because when you are at the job and you have to do boring stuff, this is not what you're studying for, right? When you are at the university, you want to be creative, you want to come up with ideas and so on. And we enable companies to have happy employees like this throughout our automatic solution using AI.
Being lazy is one of the best...
or build AI agents.
Yeah, stand up for me.
All right, I'm going to give you...
pitch.
I have an elevator pitch that's 1 sentence. Hypefy is an AI platform that enables brands to run entire influencer campaigns start to end with a single sentence.
Terrific.
Hypefy.
Hypefy.
How do you do it?
What?
How do you do it?
How do I do it? Now I'm gonna pitch you from the pitch. Hypefy automated everything. All you need to run entire influencer campaigns is a description of your product or service. And the way we did it, we automated AI audience matching, pricing, outreach, reporting, payment. Everything is handled by many layers of our AI. So the brands on their side just have to be creative and don't let repetitive tasks like outreach and defining and negotiating with influencers so on stop them from scaling up their influencer campaigns.
Okay, so our company is called Redu.Cloud. We are cloud providers. We focus on making cloud solutions more affordable to startups, and we're trying to cut off the cost and the manpower needed to actually use cloud for AI projects and stuff like that. Yeah, the cloud is expensive, however you look at it, but we have our own infrastructure. We own our own data center, and we made a platform on top of the bare metal, so we can do most of the things automatically. We made some images to help people host some simple things. For example, we separated networks and made it so that you don't need much work to use it for something simple. If you just need to gather some data or analyze it, but you can customize it in pretty much every way possible. We give people a lot of possibilities to do whatever they want, and the UI and the layer above the cloud actually simplifies it.
And when you mentioned images, are those Docker images?
No, those are. We have some images we made for ourselves. We made some images for small chatbots and stuff like that. We have OS images and stuff. It can be whatever you want it to be. We just made some templates for testing and for our alpha clients.
And you're getting your first paid customer soon, right?
We should be getting our first paid customer. We are just making final touches.
So it should be. You are getting your
Yeah,
first paid
you are.
customer.
You absolutely
Actually,
are.
right now my team is signing our first $1 million deal. This is how it is.
As we speak, right now on the spot.
Actually, let me see. Let me check the bank. Yeah, it's there.
On my way here, I signed the contract. Failure is only way how to grow at the end of the day. So you need to fail a lot to be successful at the end of the day, and it's up to you if you choose your failures to be your wall or your ladder to overcome the issues. And our biggest failure was like me and my co-founder in the past, we were like not really technical people, right? We understand the technical stuff, but we are not programmers, absolutely not. And we were on the Forbes summit in Slovakia, and some guys from Forbes 30 under 30 just ran down to the stage. I ran just into him like, okay, we are doing some AI stuff, do you want something? And he was like, yeah, absolutely, give us the name card. And I was like, oh, and what now? Like, we don't have the technical team, we don't have nothing. And so we hired a technical guy. And at the end of the day, we weren't able to provide with the solution. So this is what like really ego shower to come up to him like, okay, bro, thank you for your trust, but we are absolutely unable to do that. and he was actually pretty cool. He was like, that's great that you have the courage and keep on growing, but yeah, it hurts a lot.
We kind of had a completely opposite problem. We are technical people, and we spent like 3 months perfecting our website for a few years ago for our first project. And we just didn't have people to show us how to do business and things like that. So yeah, that's why we failed, I guess. We focused too much on technical things. So both sides can be, I guess, dangerous.
It needs to be balanced in the team at the end of the day.
Steve, can you tell us more about your failures? I know you have really lots of them.
Yeah,
for example, this haircut would be first.
The haircut was definitely a failure. I tried to get my haircut this morning, but I slept for 4 hours because I had something to do last night. This is the startup life, like, right? Sunday late night working. There were a lot of failures. None of them obviously critical since we're still alive, but the one that almost brought us to death, which was actually a fundraising failure, where we went we went in super brave and bullish, like we're gonna now raise. That was like 3 years ago. We tried to raise the same round that we raised a year and a half later, and we were super bullish. Like we were spending the money. I was 100% sure we were gonna fundraise. Like it's super easy. We failed miserably. We aimed too high. The valuation was too high. We didn't reach out to the proper investors, and it was just, disappointment. And we almost crashed. like we were losing money, but then we lowered our ideas and goals, and we did manage to raise a pre-seed round, much lower than the first one. But of course, we learned something from it. We survived with that money. Our pre-seed round was 415K. And the 15K was from a business angel that we managed to find. Then the 400 came in. So we managed to pull ourselves out of the already dug grave. But the rest is history. Then we were much smarter when we raised for the second time. And we actually raised with some of the same people that we spoke to a year before. And back then they were like, what are these guys talking about? But we didn't manage to raise in the end. And that's one of the 4 times we almost died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
The perseverance is the key, right?
What?
The perseverance is the key.
The
Perseverance, like keep on going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Perseverance. Yeah. I don't think we have a lot of like perseverance in us, but I think we're just, at least from my side, I'm just not careful enough to even consider the option of crashing. Like, what's gonna happen? Is somebody gonna kill me? No. Then let's continue. I was just always super happy about what was going on.
This podcast would not be possible without our sponsors. So huge thank you to ProCredit Bank Macedonia for sponsoring Startup Revolution. And also a huge shout out to the PODIM team for allowing us to be at the conference and film all of these wonderful conversations. Enjoy the rest of the podcast.
David, Ray,
I also have lots of failures.
What is your biggest failure, or at least one of your biggest failures that you've had? It can be a personal life failure, it can be a startup life failure. You've had many in both.
I can. The first one that I can think of is the recent ones. While scaling the business to other countries, it's underestimating the costs and everything that you'll get there. So we did all the all the research and everything, and we would take our costs from Croatia and double, triple, quadruple it. But when you go to some big market like Germany or something, it's like 10 times more. So I think underestimating the costs is one of our one of the most recent.
We're just now trying to scale to the UK and the rest of Western Europe, and we see that happening. Like we see us underestimating the costs.
Yeah.
So,
but I think this is totally like the Balkan. All the Balkan startups have the same problem. But there are, I think, good and bad. I would ask you a question. Would you rather be a startup on Balkan or in Silicon Valley?
Definitely in the Balkans.
Why?
We have a survivorship bias. We see all the uber successful startups from the Silicon Valley. We don't see all of those who crash and burn.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a bunch more money there, but it's like being born with a golden spoon, right? Or a silver spoon. That's the proper term. I have a feeling that when there's a lot of money around you, you teach yourself that you can solve every problem with just throwing money at it, while us scrappy, hustlers from the Balkans who don't have access to a lot of funding, we have to keep being creative and keep thinking of ways to overcome that. And to be fair, the United States has many more unicorns with much higher valuations, but I think it's inflated a bit. But I think local companies who kind of do the same thing can eat the other ones with sheer creativity, will, and commitment.
Would you say we are cockroaches?
No, we're not la cucaracha.
Las cucarachas, the Balkan cucaracha startups. We can survive anything.
Might be cucarachas. I'd compare us to donkeys. Maybe much more stubborn, much more harder to break.
Yeah, I mean, this question is something that's often, asked. Because on the bigger markets, I mean, of course, there's lots of money, but the competition is so much harder. So I think here, for this initial rounds, the competition is not so huge. Right now, it will a lot of money will enter the ecosystem. Not so much competition. I'm talking about Croatia right now. Is there? So I think it will be the initial stages will have pretty nice opportunity to raise the pre-seed rounds.
And I think the main I think all of us can agree with this, that the main thing local founders are missing is the crazy courage to just imagine yourself being a unicorn, and just to keep going after you've heard 7 no's or 8 no's or 10 no's. We heard 297 no's before we raised. I think there's a vision like, oh, we're from a poor market like Eastern European, Suga Buga, wah wah. And a lot of people don't even have don't get the idea that they can be entrepreneurs. But I think that's changing. Especially with success stories in the region. That's changing. So I'm excited about the next generation.
Would you say
of
you're
Gen Z
hyped?
Founders.
Would you say?
I'm hyped. Yeah. There's a company that we increased our fees at one point, and they, instead of Hypefy, they started calling us Hypefy. Yeah, they're still our customer because we deliver them performance that nobody can achieve. Yeah.
The last one. Why should people listen to this episode of the podcast? Let's do that. So why should people listen to Startup Revolution here at PODIM in this episode that we're doing right now? What are you going to see now?
Because David's here. Just joking. Because you can get like almost real non-edited, like it's not improvising, it's just pure honesty, and with unexpected questions, you can hear real founders, real stories, real challenges and failures, which is always kind of helpful. It's not like it's gonna change your life, but it's gonna teach you that, okay, I failed, fuck it, apologies, we're gonna censor this, fuck it, let's just continue, nothing bad's gonna happen. But hearing many such stories, like these guys failed, these guys almost died 4 times, and they still made it, that makes it a bit easier.
Yeah, so you have the last year's PODIM competition winner here, this year's poker tournament winner here, probably Fred and D. Yeah, we don't know that yet. Maybe. But this episode will be great if I win the poker tournament, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be great
because it's pre-recorded and nobody will believe us.
Actually, last year I came to the to PODIM. The bio that you enter in the app. I wrote like a week before PODIM. I came here to have fun, meet smart people, and win the pitching competition.
I saw that.
You saw that?
Yeah,
you saw that?
No, actually, this was a badass move. So he called me.
This was a bad move. It was a badass move.
The pitching competition here goes in 4 tracks, and from each track, the 1 or 2 startups go to the next round. And he called me and said, "Sorry, you didn't pass because you were with me in the
in the batch.
In the batch, I'm going to win this." And that was
But the dumb mistake was telling my investors who still didn't deploy the money, lead investors. I told them, hey guys, I'm gonna win tomorrow, and I was still in the top 10. And my lead investor was like, yeah, sure, Stepan, you're gonna win. Like he didn't fully believe it. But imagine if I lost. That would be horrible. That would have been horrible. But I was.
Did you imagine that at that moment?
I didn't. That's the dumb part of being a founder, right? Like the reckless part. Who gives a damn, right? And we did win in the end, so everything was good.
Yeah, but that kind of makes it legendary if you do it.
It makes it legendary. Like that was the bet, right? You have 1 in 20 chances of winning. Actually, I had 100% chances of winning, but never mind. But if you manage to pull it off, it's much more cool.
There's a thin border between.
Yeah. So,
Great, so.
arigato gozaimasu. And now you should answer the first question. Why should people listen to this podcast?
All right, so I think it's great to have a taste of PODIM, like from your couch in your living room, you know, and just see that co-founders like us, we are normal people, we are friendly, we don't bite.
We're not normal, sorry. At least
normal not, but friendly, yes.
yeah. Just joking.
We are people and we are friendly. And so people shouldn't be afraid to start giving some time to their ideas and make them become real, you know, like, and to go to events like PODIM can really help you because you will meet like-minded people, and this is the taste of the conversation you might have here. So please come here and listen to this podcast, and you will find out about our opinions.
Actually, what you mentioned, I had a panel with David actually to some students from Croatia, and the one advice they asked me what's the one advice that you can give the students, and I said, okay, I have many advices in my head, but the one concrete advice is PODIM is happening in a month from now. Just ask them for a ticket that's half a price. Actually, you said half a price. I ask them for a free ticket. Just come to PODIM, pull my sleeve. Like when you see me, pull my sleeve and tell me. I'm not going to remember who you are, but tell me, hey, I met you there and there. Connect me to some investors, and you'll get to talk to investors. I'm going to help you there because I like helping people that I promised to help. And none of the students showed up, but one of the students from that year now showed up. Now he's somewhere here on PODIM. So just come, just listen to the finals, listen to the pitches. Like the year before I won, like not last year, but 2 years before, I saw a pitch from a guy from Croatia who didn't win, but his pitch was so good that I said, okay, my pitch is shit. I have to improve it to win next year. If I wasn't at PODIM, if I wasn't at the pitching competition, I wouldn't know that I can do better. And that's inspiration, and you learn some things.
Yeah, absolutely. Experience is everything at the end of the day.
Well, we're all human, and I think this podcast can make some of people thinking about starting maybe something to give them more confidence to see that we all fail. I mean, the four of us are obviously from different stages in our startups, and they can see a lot of different perspectives. And yeah, we all fail, but that's not the... You don't have to stop yourself from trying again, I guess.
Yeah, never stop trying, right?
I mean, you lose something, but that's not really enough to stop you. So just try, I guess. Need to risk more and be more confident.
And don't be afraid to network, guys.
Startup Club Skopje, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, all. And now, we can watch videos. Yeah.